the truth hurts, good, that means it's working. Welcome back, where the results don't lie, and neither do we. So let's start.
50% of men in 2023 were single and not looking for any type of relationship or any type of interaction with women. And when they were surveyed, most of them admitted to just completely giving up on dating and relationships in general. We live in a time where we have social media, we have all of these different dating apps, we have this abundance of platforms and different ways that we can meet new people, yet there's more people that are single and admitting to be lonely than ever before. There was a study done by Morgan Stanley. I got this from a Chris Williamson podcast, and it says in 2040, 45% of women aged between the ages of 25 and 40 will be single and childless. Those stats are pretty alarming, and you have to ask the question, how did we get here?
Men didn't give up on dating. They realized the modern deal is work, risk, and guilt with punishment for failure and zero protection for effort.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting, it's the third date, fourth date, a week later, he hasn't gone in for the kiss, he doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, and they are like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story, and I ain't touching nobody. And it sucks because the Me Too movement is so strong and so powerful for the people that need it, but it shouldn't ruin the maturity that we should have within intimacy and relationships.
They're confused why men disappeared, but men are confused why anyone thought they'd keep volunteering for a rigged emotional casino.
The lack of awareness some women have about men is honestly shocking. You want to know what worries my husband the most right now? It's not me. It's not our relationship. It's not even himself. We had a very real conversation the other day, open, honest, and mutual. And these were his exact words. His first priority, his mission, his job, his purpose, because a man without a mission is doomed. He knows that if he loses that, he loses himself. And I helped him understand that it's okay to put that first, because when a man is living in his purpose, everything else falls into place, including me, including us. Second is his mom. His elderly mom lives in another country. He supports her, takes care of her, makes sure that she's okay. That's the kind of man that he is. Third, me. And before some of you freak out, let me explain. He said, you're not a worry right now. We're good. We're solid. You're my peace, not my problem. And that hit me deep, because when you're not giving your man chaos, he can focus on his mission. Fourth, the bills, responsibilities, the constant pressure that nobody claps for. And fifth, himself. He puts himself last to make sure everything else is okay. And I sat there thinking, how many women actually realize that? While you're complaining that you don't go on enough dates, saying, take me here, buy me this, let's go on vacation, he's out there trying to keep everything together. Some of you don't deserve your man. You take him for granted, you drain him, nag him, criticize him, and then you cry when he pulls away. One day, he will be gone, and you will wonder why. Because while you're cashing out on your looks, your body, your demands, whatever, he was cashing out on his soul to keep you comfortable. So ladies, hear me when I say this. A man who leads, provides, and protects, that is rare. Don't make him regret choosing you, because he will.
This isn't men running from responsibility. It's men rejecting a culture where responsibility equals liability and silence is the only safety.
We see the men of the West checking out. And I would love during our Q&A portion, if somebody thinks that's a good thing or a bad thing. And if you think it's a good thing, at least you are morally consistent. If you think that the men of a society checking out is a good thing, well, you are getting your goal, because that is what is happening.
Men didn't lose confidence. They lost faith in a social order that praises them only when they're useful and blames them when they're human.
Male loneliness is one of the biggest epidemics in the world right now, and nobody's talking about it. So I want to talk to the men. You, the one holding it together when nobody asks how you're doing, the one who carries all the weight, stays silent, and still shows up every single day. You wake up tired, but you move anyway. You don't complain, you don't quit, you just keep stacking it brick by brick, hoping somebody notices the wall that you have built. But they don't, because the world raises the bar on men and lowers the gratitude. You get told to be strong, but never told it's okay to be human. You give everything and still feels like you're not enough. Listen to me. You are not weak for needing support. You are not broken for feeling empty. You're a man who's been carrying too much for too long. Simple. If you're watching this and you feel alone, please hear me. You matter, your work matters, your presence matters, and it's needed. Send the message, make the call, ask for help, do anything you can, because real strength isn't silence. It's just being honest with yourself. Real toughness isn't failing. It's standing back up. So to every man out there holding it down quietly, I see you, I respect you, and I'm proud of you. Now go and tell another man that he matters too. That's how we fix this.
What looks like withdrawal is actually men refusing to gamble their money, reputation, and freedom on rules that shift mid-game.
Dude, men are fucking lonely, bro. People don't seem to understand that. 77% of suicides, men. Every 5 minutes, a man commits suicide. Dude, like, who's gonna fucking step up and be like, yo, I got you guys? There's a couple guys, but obviously they're getting censored. Community is extremely important.
The real shock isn't men leaving. It's that society genuinely believed men would stay loyal to a deal that grows harsher every year.
The hardest truth you'll face as a man is realizing she can stay for years without choosing you. She can enjoy your effort, your protection, your consistency, and still never see you as her future. She wasn't with you out of love. She was with you out of convenience, nothing more than that. Until one day she found someone else she thought was better, and suddenly you weren't enough. Too many men realized too late they weren't loved, just placeholders filling time until she moved. That's why you can't confuse her presence with commitment, or her attention with true loyalty. If she never saw you as the man she wanted to build with, no effort in the world could change it. She was only passing time until her next choice arrived, and that's the cruelest kind of betrayal. The harshest truth of all is she was never yours to lose. She was only waiting for her escape.
Men didn't vanish. They just stopped showing up to a social contract where accountability flows one way and consequences flow the other.
Men are not that complicated.
Yeah.
And see, that's what women don't get. You got to make sure your man is good internally, because the world beat them up every day. And if somebody calling, especially if the man making some money, everybody calling, can I get this, can I get that? But nobody stopped to say, how is your day? Good morning, good afternoon. Simple shit like that means the world to me.
A billion.
Simple shit.
Men going quiet isn't emotional damage. It's adaptation after realizing honesty now carries social and legal penalties.
Men aren't the problem. Women's lack of accountability is, and that's why men are checking out of dating and nobody wants to say it. Women love to complain about men, how men don't want to commit, don't want to date, don't want to put in effort, don't want to do this and that, but rarely do women stop to ask what role they play in the problem. And trust me, girl, I used to be the same way until I realized what was really going on. The truth is, men are tired of being told they're never enough. They're tired of being called toxic for being masculine, tired of being shamed for wanting to lead, and tired of being treated like they're disposable. Why would a man want to date when he's constantly told he's the problem? When every mistake is weaponized against him and every effort is met with criticism or indifference. Add in the fact that so many women are competing with men instead of complimenting them, and it's no wonder men are choosing peace over partnership. Men want to feel respected, needed, and appreciated. When they don't get that, they check out, and honestly, I can't blame them. If you want a man who actually wants to show up for you, maybe start by showing him some respect. Otherwise, don't be surprised when he chooses himself over a relationship.
They label men detached, but men call it strategic distance after watching what attachment now costs in reputation and stability.
So they are so self-conscious about everything they do and say with the opposite sex that they're no longer approaching girls, they're not asking girls out, and I don't know, I guess they're just hiding in their rooms on their PS5s, becoming incels. So don't worry about the digital. Go analog. Look her in the eye. Ask her out. If she says no, that's okay. It wasn't meant to be. And my dad always said, you're never going to dance with the prom queen unless you tap her on the shoulder. So go tap someone's shoulder and then tap that ass.
This isn't a dating drought. It's a mass opt-out after men quietly compared effort versus outcome and didn't like the math.
Girls put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like talking.
This is exactly
exactly why there's so many men that are just done dating, because if they're a good man, they're being told that they're too nice by this type of woman. And her advice is playing toxic games like not texting her back. Good men don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match that is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her, which is easier said than done.
Men aren't lost. They're consciously stepping away from a system that demands sacrifice while publicly shaming the very people it depends on. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you're ready for more truth the world avoids, you know where to find me.